Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be my monthly update for the 2020 Crafty Goals with Amalia. And each month, this collab just gets us participants reviewing our goals of maybe different crafty projects or different things in our life that we would like to accomplish from month to month, and just kind of recap and we can see how we're doing on certain goals, which ones need to be either worked on more or improved on, or maybe some that aren't working for us, and we can just kind of switch around whatever needs to be switched around. And so this month, this is what I work on every month for this collab. I have crochet projects that my goal is to work on about 2 projects a month. I did not touch any crochet this month. I guess I crocheted myself out last month when I finished up 9 different placemats for my mom. So I kind of didn't do any crochet this month. I do have about 3 hats that are works in progress from previous months that I may try to at least finish up one of those during June. Maybe I can finish up all 3 of those hats so I can have a big number 3 in June, hopefully. Maybe more. For jewelry, I have down that I would like to finish at least 1 project each month. I'm in a collab with Deb Hauk, who is Deb Hauk's Crafty Cottage here on YouTube, and so I usually get, well, I always get at least 1 project, 1 piece made for that collab. Sometimes I get extra pieces made. This month for May, I did a necklace and a bracelet in that collab, and then I did a bracelet for my Pinspiration collaboration project. The Pinspiration collab, that goes up the last Saturday of each month. For cross stitch, I have down here as a goal, I'd like to work at least 3 hours a week, which would be 12 hours per month on my cross stitch. I didn't really keep track of it this month. I was in an event called Stitch Mania, which happens every year in May. And so I'll kind of explain that a little bit more when I do my cross stitch update video for that. This is already the 5th of June today. I was hoping to have gotten my recap video for that already up within the first couple days, but just didn't do it. So I will be having a video where I will show the different projects that I worked on and kind of a little bit more detail about the whole Stitch Mania thing. So that video will be going up soon, hopefully. I have as a goal to use up at least 4 paper pads per year, which I've already met that goal. I'm in a Smash That Small paper pad collab with Deb Hauk's Crafty Cottage, and so far I'm at 8 paper pads. Now, when I did my collab video for her on the 25th of May, I actually filmed that the 24th. I was not even through, I did not finish off a paper pad for the month. I was just shy about maybe a couple sheets of paper plus some scraps. So after that video went up on the evening of the 25th, I actually finished that 1 paper pad off. And then on the 25th, I think it was the 25th, no, the 26th, the next day, I started a second 6x6 paper pad, and I killed that by the end of the month. So from the 26th through the 31st, I knocked out another paper pad. So I was able to put a 2 right here. So that puts me at 8 paper pads that I've used up completely for the first 5 months, which is awesome. And so that's above my goal already of just using up 4. So I may change that to, I'm already at 8, so I'll probably change that to another number I'll have to figure out. Before the next goals update, I will reevaluate that number and see what I think I can get to by the end of the year. I have down as well that I would like to use up 4 of my card kits throughout the year. I have card kits from like Simon Says Stamps, SEI, some from Queen & Company, close to my heart. I have Stampin' Up kits, as well as some different card kits that I've purchased at like Tuesday Morning. I think I have some Anna Griffin card kits, some Shaker card kits, and different things like that. I did use, finally, my first kit of the year, and I used it to make 8 Christmas cards for my 10 Christmas cards per month. So even though I did not meet my 10 for 10 on the 10th, I have been well above for the last 4 months. So overall, I'm above my 50, which is where I should be if I did 10 each month. I'm at 12, 24, 36, 46, 54, 62 is what I'm at instead of just the 50, which is, if I was keeping right on track with the 10 each month, I would have 50 here, and so I'm well above that. So I'm not worried about having an 8 every now and then. For my greeting cards, I did have a goal originally of doing 5 per month, which would be anything that's not a Christmas card. It could be any size card. It can be the little mini note cards like 3x3s, 3x4s, 6x6 cards, and then just the regular A2 cards. So I changed that to 30 each month because I have been pretty much killing that goal of 5. Well, I did blow that number out of the water for the first when I was set at 5 cards. So I changed it to 30 because I have still, sometimes I don't make as many cards as other months, but I would like to aim for about 30 each month if possible. And I got 46 cards made for May. For one rack or Happy Mail every 3 months, that would average out to be 4 for the year, and I'm already at 4, so I'm good on that. I may change that goal as well. I did do 1 rack this month, or back this past month in May. I sent out a Happy Mail package to my friend Mike, who is Life with Mike here on YouTube. He has an awesome channel. I sent out some goodies to him and his family. So that was my 1 Happy Mail for the month of May. For Organize my crafty stash, I would have a goal of working 1 hour per week. Well, I just kind of did nothing this month. I worked a half an hour on sorting some jewelry supplies. I need to get back on track with my organizing. I started out awesome in January, and I've kind of gone downhill each month. This is kind of bottomed out here, so I need to get back on with my organizing. I know my craft room could sure use it. 4 albums or folios per year. I'm still at 1. I did do a little mini album for a swap back in January, so I need to get some more folios. I like to do the folios because they're really quick and easy, and they're not quite as time consuming, and they're not quite as much work involved as an actual mini album. So I may just try to do, and I like to use those page kits you get at Hobby Lobby, because you have everything that you need. You've got the paper, you've got the stickers, and some of them come with other embellishments, and all you would need extra would be like chipboard to do that for the outside. So hopefully in June I can get at least 1 folio made. For 5 ATCs per month, at the time I did the small paper pad collab, I filmed that on the 24th. I did not have a single ATC made for the month. By the end of the month, by the 31st, I was able to get up to 16. Just on the 25th alone, when I went ahead and killed off the rest of that 1 paper pad I was working on, I made 9 ATCs that evening. They just seemed to go together for me real quick that evening. So I was on a roll. I made 9 on that first night on the 25th, and then I made the rest of those 7 more on the next 6 days, 5-6 days, something like that. So I ended up getting 16 for the month when it was looking like I wasn't going to have any. For my videos on my channel, I did have down that I wanted 2 videos per week. I kind of messed that up there when I was redoing it. But I changed that to 10 videos per month. I'll have to white that out and write it better. Because with the number of collabs that I'm in, I am for sure going to get 10 every month. And then if I do extras, then that will, of course, just increase that number. But I will for sure have 10 every month as long as I get my collabs done. For the craft spending, I should just take that off altogether because I'm kind of like, I mean, it's kind of in the back of my mind trying to not buy as much, but it's not anything that I'm really have been focusing on. If if I see something in the store, like I've been trying not to go actually into the stores, which of course wasn't hard in April because everything was shut down. But I did have quite a few online purchases. Once the stores started opening back up, middle towards the end of May, I went to Hobby Lobby one time, and then I've been to Joann's twice. I spent probably about $40 at Hobby Lobby, and then $40 my second trip to Joann's, and then I don't think I spent that much the first time I went into Joann's. I think it was like 20 something. So I really need to just mark that. I think I'm going to just take this whole line off from now until the rest, the collab's over, because I've not really been. It's like if I need an item and I go to the craft store and I see something else, then I'll just pick it up. I'm not really too concerned about spending money on crafting supplies, but my biggest thing is just talking myself out of even going in the first place. If I can just keep my butt at home and keep myself in my craft room working on my using items I have here, I do pretty good. It's just when I get in the car and leave, that's when I get in trouble. So I'm probably going to just mark this whole line out, not even fool with that. The giveaways on my channel, I was winning one every 6 months. I did do a giveaway last month of some a note card set that I made. And then for participate in challenges on other YouTubers' channels, I'm hoping to get 6, like participate in 6 for their whole year. So far I've done 1, and I need to get better at that. I write them down whenever I run across them. Write down in my notebook here, write down the channel and the information about the swap, like if I need to, not swap, the challenge, if I need to send something in, like make something, and I forget about it. It just like leaves my mind once I write it down, and then when I run across it again, it's usually too late. It's past the deadline. So I need to get better at remembering to enter some of these so I can start, supporting my fellow YouTubers and start getting involved in their giveaways and challenges and stuff like that. Okay, so now for May, I didn't really do that great on keeping up with my notebook. As you can see here, I put 1 through the 15th because I just completely forgot to write anything down. I'd come in here and I would work, and then next thing I know, it was 10 days later and I still hadn't written anything down. So I just looked at the pile of stuff that I had made on my desk, and I just wrote everything down. And I have done a lot of cross stitching for Stitch Mania, so that's what's at the top there. Every day pretty much for the first 20 days I was cross stitching. Then I kind of fizzled out, but I did get a lot of cross stitch done. I got a couple finishes on some projects that were already in the making. So I did get a couple finishes, which is good. I'll have that in my update video for that. And this is just everything I worked on. And then I went ahead and put through the 24th because, again, I forgot to come back to my notebook. Did a lot better towards the end of the month. As you see, I started keeping track of everything. On the 25th up here, I finished that Take Me Away pad, which was by Pink Paisley. And then on the 26th, there's where I started My Mind's Eye Well Hello pad, which is also 6x6, and the 26th through the 31st, and that's where I finished that pad. For what I got made out of each pad, I'll show the projects real fast here in a second. I started Pink Paisley Take Me Away on April 27th and finished May 25th. I got 2 A2 cards, 5 flag/banner embellishments, 4 3x3 note cards, 2 4x4 cards, 3 more A2 cards, a 5x5 card, 4 more 3x3 cards, 8 more A2 cards. I just kind of added them to the list as I was making them rather than trying to keep one total for each, like a running total for A2 cards. Each time I finished a set, I would just put another line down here. I did 2 3x4 envelopes, and this little line I've drawn here, that's where I had anything above the line was included in my last Smash That Small Paper Pad collab video, and from the line down is what I finished up the pad, like what I did to finish up the pad. I made 9 ATCs, 2 ATC bases. I basically just cut a couple of the pattern papers into the 2.5 by 3.5 and just made some bases that I could create on at a later time. And I think I probably went ahead and finished those off. I'll have to look when I'm pulling out the projects. I made 2 rosettes, and then I made a bunch of, I have these little punches here. This is the flag, and then I've got a little, like a triangle banner that's the same size as that. They came together, those 2 punches. I just used my scrap papers and just cut out as many of those little flags and banners as I could, and just put them in a little plastic container, so whenever I need a little tiny flag or a banner, I'll have that. And then for the 26th through the 31st, with my mind's eye, well, hello pad, I made 6 A2 cards and then 6 matching tag or bookmarks. I still need to laminate these. I have some Christmas ones that I did as well with the leftover paper from cards that I was making. The tags, I'm going to actually turn them into bookmarks for the Christmas cards, and be able to gift a matching Christmas card and bookmark. So I did the same thing with some of this pattern paper because it's absolutely gorgeous. And I haven't laminated them yet, but I may make some of them as tags and some of them may be bookmarks. I'm not sure. I made 6 3x3 envelopes with cards, 6 square embellishments, 5 ATCs, 6 4x4 cards, and 2 6x6 cards. And then on June the 1st, I did start another paper pad, and it's called Journeys. And I've never heard of Kathy Davis, but this is what the pad looks like. And it was brand new. I opened it up, so there was all 48 sheets in here, and just a quick flip through. It has a lot of pretty greens and blues and just nature prints. And this one right here would be good for like a scrapbook page or some kind of altered picture or something. And then it's got a lot of this one. I absolutely love that print. Those like dragonflies, and that one's really pretty as well. And then there's this turquoise paper, and this one I love as well, this print, the darker green with the lighter green words. And the words say things like peace, live, precious, kindness, wish, love, laugh, gratitude, and just a lot of words like that. Then there's this pattern and that pattern, so a lot of really gorgeous nature prints in that pad. Let me go ahead and grab my first stack. Well, first of all, before I show those 2, when I finished up with those 2 paper pads, here's just sort of the random cards that I made. These were for a birthday card collab. Well, it was Great American Stash Bash on the last day of each month. You do cards according to that month's theme. So the theme for May was birthday. So here's the little birthday cards that I, oops, what is that? Piece of scrap. So these were the cards that I made for that. I did show them in that collab video. Just show these real fast here. These are the ones that I made for that collab. And then I did have some random cards that I made as well off of, or just using scraps that were on my table. I just used whatever was in arm's length, and I think they turned out really good. These were some dimensional flower stickers that I wanted to use up. And this half of a doily was just laying there to my side, so I grabbed that as well. And this one I think is gorgeous. This one I already had this stamped at the bottom of a card base. I don't know why I hadn't done anything with it, so I just went ahead and this is some Graphic 45 scraps that I had left over from a project I made last year in May for some Mother's Day cards and ATCs. So I just used the rest of those scraps to make these 2 cards here. And then these were for a collab that my friend Katie, who is Crafty Crab here on YouTube, the 2 of us host a collab together, and it's a card making collab, and so it was an animal theme for May. And then I used up these little wire word things that were in a package, and I've had them for I don't know how long, probably since I started crafting, and I finally was able to use those up. And I love the way these little cards turned out. I think they were super adorable. Okay, so those are just the random cards that I made, and then let me show what I did with my 2 paper pads that I used up. And this is, okay, I'm dropping things. And, okay, don't be dropping everything. This is the Well Hello pad, and it's by My Mind's Eye. Lots of gorgeous prints in there, a lot of fun prints. Has like llamas and birds and hot air balloons and some really pretty floral and cactus and other really pretty colors. There were 2 pieces of paper that were just like partial pieces in the back of the pad, and then the rest of the 22 pages were whole pages. This is what I have left in there. All scraps that I'm just going to toss. I'm pretty much done with that pad. So these are the 6 4x4 cards that I made. I took these leftover pieces where I had punched out with my Starburst punch to make these 3x4 note cards, and it left this piece here, the outline, and I thought, well, that would make a cute card front. So rather than just trash those, I went ahead and just glued them down to a scrap of white cardstock and stamped in the center there, and then just put it on some more white and then on some more of the pattern paper and popped a little Dollar Tree butterfly up in the corner. I thought they turned out so adorable. And I made 2 of these, and the stamp set that I used is one that I got for like $6, I think is what it, well, that was the original cost, like $6.99 I think at Joann's, and I used a coupon on it. But I like the size of those. I think it's the perfect size to use on a lot of different projects. So here's these 2, and here's these 2, which I think turned out so adorable. And then these are probably my favorite here. I love that pink and the white. And there's those 2. And let me set that to the side. And so these little 3x4 note cards, there's actually 6 of those that I made. I'll show those real fast. And I love these envelopes. That's my favorite thing to do with the 6x6 paper. And the insides are blank. And there's that one. And this one with the pretty pink and white and the little llamas. I think that turned out so cute. And then here's this floral print, which is really pretty. And there's that one with the hot air balloons. And this one with those gorgeous flowers on there. And that one, I love those birds. I think that's super cute. And then the last one is this real pretty, like a rose print. And that one right there. So there's those 6 cards. And then here are the it could be either bookmarks or tags. I used the triple banner punch on the bottom of 3 of them. And there's what those are. And of course they're double-sided. And then on the top of these I used just a real pretty, like a tag punch. And there's those 3 and the back sides of those. So I haven't decided yet if I'm going to make them as bookmarks, like laminate them, or I could just turn them into tags, just decorate them. And then these are some simple little cards that I made. This is a stamp set by May Made It, and it's something about definitions. I can't remember the exact name of the stamp set. I've had it for a couple years, and I love it. It was one of her monthly subscription stamps. I've been getting her stamp sets for the monthly subscription since the very first one was ever released. So I've been in her club for several years. I don't know exactly how many years it's been going on now, but I've gotten every single one of her monthly stamp sets. And this one just says, thankful, expressing gratitude for someone or something well pleased. And so their insides are blank. Haven't done anything on the inside yet. I may take a few of those scraps and try to decorate the insides of my cards before I toss them. And then I just had some different colors of like metallic washi that I put through the middles. And then there's this one that says joy. And then this one is happy with the llamas. And this one is love. And that one is hope. And this one is dream. I thought those turned out really, really cute. And then for my ATCs, I made quite a few ATCs with this pad of paper. This is a little yo-yo. I had a package of some fabric yo-yo stickers, so I used one of those on this one here and just put a couple of different pearl adhesives to go along with the pearl in the middle of the butterfly. Happiness depends on ourselves, and that was just one long Tim Holtz word, like a sticker, and I just cut it apart and then backed it on some of the pattern paper. There's that one. And this one is a little ephemera piece from some that I was gifted in Happy Mail. And this little butterfly up there. Today is full of possibilities. Like, you know, just open the door and see what you can find. And this one is another one of those ephemera pieces. And I just layered a bunch of the papers together. This one I cut out with a little edge punch. And then that one says, if I can get it to focus, be brave. And just put some of my bling there. This one I did a bunch of layering. This I took a small square, a rectangle of just some cardstock, covered it with adhesive, and then just ran little strips across on a diagonal to make a little background. This is a little flower that I am trying to use up. It came with 2 pink, 2 white, and 2 blue, and I've got 2 blue left. So I'm trying to use those up. And so there's that one. Adventure awaits you. And then here is this one that I used one of my little K & Company stickers on. And there's one of the pink flowers. Thought that one turned out really cute as well. And then my 6 square embellishments are these right here. And just added a little blingy bow to that one. And then this one says stay curious. And this one says be awesome today. And life was meant for a great adventure. And this is in just a little like a little stash of resin pieces that I got, just like random resin pieces. I think I got them on eBay. There's a lot of fun shapes in there. And then this one right here, creativity takes courage, and just added one of those little teeny tiny flag punches and a little bow there. And then my 2 6x6 cards that I made, I just took some of the black cardstock, cut 6x12 and scored in the middle, and then I had a couple of bigger sheets left over, so I just put them on there on the front. Ran some ribbon through, which I'm pretty much done with that ribbon. I have one piece left that I can still use on something, but other than that, I used up a roll of ribbon, and then just added a little pearl embellishment there, and then just my thank you from this stamp set, and that one's from that stamp set too, sending smiles. I thought those turned out really cute. So there are those. Let me get this out of the way so I can bring over the other paper pad. I'm trying to get these done quickly so it doesn't take like forever in these videos. Here is the paper pad, Take Me Away by Pink Paisley. And this is what I have left. It's pretty much just all scraps. Other than these 2 long pieces here, everything's pretty much used up from where I've punched so many little things out of it. This is what I have left over that I'm probably going to keep, just toss into my scrap pile. I just have a few little sheets here that are big enough to really do anything with. So those I'm going to probably toss into my scrap bin. And then these are pieces that I did not cut into because I'm wanting to I really think they'd be great on some kind of project. I just don't know yet, but I didn't want to cut them up yet. So I'm just going to sit them to the side that I'll use at another time, but I was pretty much done with what I was going to do out of that pad. This one I absolutely love, all those words. And then this I'm going to come up with, try to find a punch maybe that's about 1¼ inch if they have such a thing, because I think that that would let me cut out those to where you would see the actual hoop, because my 1-inch punch fits inside the hoop and you don't see the actual cross stitch hoop. So that is that. I'm going to be doing something with in a future time. Here are those little punch outs that I made. Just little like flags and banners and stuff, all different prints. Just have them in here to be able to use when I need something like that. And here are the 2 little rosettes that I made. This one says blessed, and I just layered 3 different flowers in the middle and put a little gemstone and put a butterfly on there. And then this one says sweet, and the same thing, I just layered a bunch of flowers. Actually, that's a scallop punch at the bottom, and then this 2 flowers layered on with a little bling and a butterfly. And here are some, I did use up these 4 foam stickers that I had, and so that was good to use up those stickers. I thought those turned out really, really cute, very pretty. And trying to do these quickly. Here are these 2 little banners embellishments. I had made 5, and then I ended up using several on projects, so that's what I have left. I actually have these that I'm just going to keep. I went ahead and cut them all out, and they're just going to be kept as little card embellishments. I can just put them on the front of like ATCs or cards or something. And there's a couple more here that I've already backed onto some coordinating cardstock, and I just have them on hand to throw on a card real quick. Here's 2 bases. So I have not completed these 2 ATC bases. There again, I just took a 2.5 by 3.5 piece of cardstock, which is white, covered it with adhesive, and then just laid my scraps on a diagonal and trimmed them so that they all fit. And those would be nice to have on hand to be able to make quick ATCs. Here is this one. This is just a little foamy heart off of a set of heart stickers that I have. So I'd like to use up these pretty soon. This one was on there. And then that says, today I choose joy. And just layered some of the cutouts from the paper pad. And here is this one. It says create adventure. And here is this one. It says world traveler. I thought that was cute because it says take me away on the paper. And with the butterfly and some of the bling. And then that one says with brave wings she flies, and I used one of those little banners here. And then this one I thought was really super pretty. I used a feather from a little pack I had found on my craft table. And then this one is using another one of those banners. This one here used another feather, turned out really cute. This one here with the banner or the embellishment. And then this one is probably one of my favorites. I like the collars in this one. So there is that. And I'm almost done with these projects. Here are 2 4x4 cards that I made. And I think these were already shown in my last Smash That Small Paper Pad collab. So I'll just show these real quick. And then I've got this, which I haven't finished. And then I've got these envelopes here to use for something like Happy Mail or a gift card or something. These are all the same, so I'll just show the top one. It has that little punch, the Starburst punch, and for you. And then I've got these cards here that I made. And there's that one, and this one, and this one I love, that green on there. And there's that one. And these last 3 cards here. So that is everything that I was able to put together for the month of May for my 2 paper pads. And that's pretty much all the projects that I worked on throughout the month. It's actually quite a lot when I have it all together and grouped on my table and in my chair. So again, it's running about 35 minutes on this video. I keep telling myself I'm going to make these shorter, but I make so many projects, it's hard to cut it short. Maybe in the future I should just start saying, if you want to see the projects, they'll be in my, and then let's say whatever collab that I have shown them in. But that is pretty much everything that I worked on for the month. That's my recap of all my goals and my accomplishments and all of that. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Hope you all had a great month of May and a great start to your June. And I will talk to you all the next time. Take care. Bye.